My name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. You know, the divorce case, especially in a custody case, might very well involve the use of a mediator. That is to say, the court may decide, you know what, I don't want to try this case and make decisions. Before I'm pressed into doing that, I, as the judge, I'm going to appoint a mediator. Let that person try and reach middle ground with these people. And the court will often do that. The court will either appoint a mediator of its own choosing or encourage the attorneys to pick a mediator who will handle the disputes. And those disputes could well include custody. Now, a mediator is not a judge. A mediator is not an arbitrator. It's not the judge, the job of a mediator to judge the case, to make fact findings. That's not what he does. Nor is the mediator an advocate. The mediator's job is to find the middle ground. There is a position that offends both parties equally, or that both parties can live with, even if barely, but they can live with it. It's the job of the mediator to find that common ground. And when we talk about custody, we may be talking about situations where they both insist on 50-50, and, you know, if that works out, then that's great. But if we have a situation where the mediator is faced with one person insisting on 100% and one person insisting that they want at least half the custody or more, that's a problem. So the mediator's job is to try and figure out, can this be settled? His job is to resolve this so the judge doesn't have to. So if the mediator is going to do that, the mediator is going to lean on the parties to try and come to a resolution. So there's certain things that you want to do to make that work for you. If you're the parent, for example, who wants to try and get more custody, don't make the mediator think that you're only doing this to spite the other parent. Even if you are doing it to spite the other parent, make sure that nobody but you and maybe your lawyer knows about that. That should be confidential. You should never do things out of spite. You should be, guided by what's in the best interest of the children. But if you cannot help yourself, at the very least, have the decency and the discretion to not involve the mediator in that. So don't let the mediator think that you're just trying to screw the other person any way you can. Similarly, don't say any negative things about your kids, for God's sakes. You wouldn't think that that's something that I'd have to remind people about, but it is something that comes up. And sometimes one parent will disparage a child because the child seems to be more in the camp of the mom or the dad or something like that. And it's a really bad strategy, because at the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is turn the mediator off from asserting your position. You want the mediator to fully believe in you and in your case and in your position so that he or she can go back to the other side in a function of shuttle diplomacy and explain, look, this is what they want. It's a completely reasonable position, and this is the reason why you should consider it. You don't have the mediator essentially turned against you because you said something unfortunate and inappropriate about your own kids. So these are things you have to avoid in terms of the mediation. Certain things that you should say. You should also, likewise, not be overly critical of the other attorney, of your attorney. You should not be overly critical of the judge. You should not come in there saying this is such an unfair process and I know I'm going to lose or something. And people do that all the time. A lot of fathers think that they're cooked from the get-go. It's just not true. The court doesn't so much judge people as it judges the actions of people. What people do and what people say is often what carries the day. So you should keep that in mind. If you have any questions about your case, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.